evening, people. Back with me, Rahma, in Angfast broadcast. This time, we will be delivering the news of bullying. Bullying victims have the potential to experience mental disorder as adults. Nowadays, we are increasingly presented with information related to bullying, or what we often hear called bullying, for young children and teenagers. Cases of bullying are not only widespread in Western countries, for example, the United States. However, it has also become a common occurrence where the number of reported cases and the level of violence are increasingly making parents and authorities anxious and worried. The Indonesian government certainly does not remain silent, seeing the drastic increase in the number of reports related to bullying cases. A number of new regulations have now been implemented to teach all children and teenagers not to be involved in bullying cases, whether as perpetration or victim. Even though the government has a big role and many cases are eventually resolved before they get too serious, it cannot be denied that those who have previously been victims tend to be mentally disturbed when they grow up. This was proven by a number of scientists from Finland through the result of their research, which aimed to analyze the mental health of 500 patients from the age of 90 to 29 after being recorded as victims of bullying when they were children. As reported by Life Science Monday, 29 August 2016, patient data was taken from a number of hospitals spread across the country. Their research revealed that those who had been and were frequently victims of bullying when they were 8 years old were more susceptible to developing mental disorder when they were adults. This research also revealed the fact that the mental disorders of most of the 500 victims of bullying were considered quite acute, so that many of them needed medical treatment as well as special mental training in an effort to recover. Apart from that, those who were bullied when they were 8 years old were also very vulnerable to depression when they the process of growing up. In the news of bullying. How to prevent bullying? You can start early. Acts of bullying or harassment still often occur everywhere. The impact is certainly not good for the victim, because the purpose of bullying is to hurt someone until they suffer. Even acts of bullying can be carried out by a person or a stranger majority group. Not only that, bullying is also carried out repeatedly. The perpetrator is irresponsible and is done with a feeling of enjoyment. Usually, this act of bullying is carried out by a group of people who feel stronger physically and mentally than the victim of the bullying. Therefore, bullying behavior should be eradicated by providing moral education to children from childhood. Parents must also remind them that joking and insulting other people is something that should not be done. Children should be taught to be kind and love each other, because the impact of bullying is very large in influencing a person's maturity in achieving their dreams and aspirations in life, especially if it happens to a small child. How to deal with bullying at school? one educator of teacher create anti-bullying prevention program and punishment for perpetrators who carry out this action. 2. Build discussion and lectures about overcoming acts of oppression or bullying. 3. The school or teacher provide assistance and support to victims of bullying.
Okay, my name is ZIDAN. Here I will continue the news that Rahma brought. Recently, the public was shocked by the death of MR, an elementary school student from Banyuwangi, who hanged herself because she was suspected of being frequently bullied by her friends. MR is suspected of being a victim of bullying at school, and at place, where he studied the Quran. Because he did not have a father, his father died years ago. Children and Education Observer Retno Listiarti emphasized that the cause of suicide is not just caused by one factor. In Mrs. MR's case, the condition of losing his father and being bullied could be the main factor in him ending his life. What educator must do is build empathy and sympathy for fellow children regarding misfortune or injustice experienced by others, not bullying. Okay, the next one occurred when a 40 years old female student from a state middle school in East Jakarta committed suicide. The victim, known as Nadia, chose to end her life because she could not stand being a victim of bullying at school. Initially, the incident started when Nadia decided to sleep in the UK's school help unit room because she felt a headache since waking up. During free class time, Nadia conveyed this to her friends. Nadia felt that her condition was not good, so she contacted her older sister to ask her to take her back, which had been confiscated by her teacher. Nadia contacted her sister by telephone at